Peace be with you. Take a deep breath. Let your heart become still. Let your soul lean in, because this is not just a message. It is a divine reminder. You are not here by accident. This relationship you're thinking about right now, it was written into God's plan long before you knew how to name it. There are some bonds that heaven stitches together with threads unseen. Not because you searched hard for them, but because God sent them in His timing, not yours. The angels are saying, this person was never random. Maybe you met them in a season when your soul was weary. Maybe their presence felt like home when everything else felt uncertain. Maybe they didn't come with thunder, but they brought peace. That is often how heaven moves. When God sends someone, it doesn't always come with fireworks, but it always comes with fruit, peace, joy, clarity, conviction, and growth. Have you noticed how something about this connection feels deeper than words? Like a quiet recognition in your spirit, as if your soul already knew them before your eyes did. That's not your imagination. That's the echo of eternity. Because before you took your first breath, God was already designing the people who would walk with you, shape you, support you, and love you in ways that reflected His own heart. This relationship, yes, this one, is not about perfection. It's about purpose. God's plan for your life includes people who refine you, who mirror back the lessons your soul needs to grow. Sometimes they are gentle, sometimes they stretch you. But they are always necessary. You may wonder, why does it feel so intense? Why do I think about them so much? Why does my heart feel drawn to them in ways I can't explain? The angels whisper, because their name is written on a chapter of your life. Because they carry a spiritual assignment related to your growth. Because your soul made room for them long before your mind understood. This doesn't mean the journey will always be easy, but it does mean it is sacred. When something is written in God's plan, it does not get erased by distance or detours or doubt. God will always make sure it returns, not just to your life, but to your understanding. Sometimes you are separated, not because it's over, but because both of you are being prepared, refined, readied. If this resonates with you, if your heart feels soft or stirred right now, I gently invite you to pause and connect more deeply. Subscribe to this channel for more peaceful spiritual guidance. Leave a comment if something here speaks to your soul. Or share this message with someone who may be walking through questions about love and divine timing. And if this message has truly blessed you, consider supporting this sacred work with a super thanks. Your gift helps this peaceful content reach more searching hearts. Your kindness keeps the light flowing. Now breathe again, dear soul. You are not alone in this. There's a reason your spirit was drawn to this person. It's not just love. It's not just chemistry. It's something more enduring, something heaven-born. Because when God writes someone into your story, they don't feel like a stranger. They feel like a return, a home. The angels see how your soul awakens in their presence. They see how your heart quiets when you pray about them. And though you might not have every answer, what you feel is real. What you sense is divine. You are being asked not to control it, but to trust it. Not to figure it all out, but to surrender. The most beautiful relationships are not the ones that look flawless, but the ones that are formed in faith. The ones that keep showing up through silence, through storms, through stretching seasons. Maybe this person doesn't complete you, but they call you higher. And that is love in its truest form. God is not just giving you a partner. He is giving you a mirror, a friend, a divine companion who helps your soul become more like Him. Let God unfold the process. Let the relationship become what it's meant to be, not what the world tells you it should be. And if it is truly God-ordained, it will not pass you by. It may take time, but it will not be lost. Even now, heaven is aligning conversations, restoring connections, breaking down fear, preparing hearts that trust that. Wait in peace. Pray with hope. If this message brings peace to your heart, let your voice join the gentle flow of spiritual support. Subscribe, leave a prayer or reflection in the comments. Share it with someone walking through questions about love and faith. And if you feel led, a super thanks offering helps this ministry continue. Each seed you plant reaches another soul in need of peace. You are deeply loved. You are being led. And this relationship, yes, this one, was never random. It was written in heaven for such a time as this. Welcome back, dear soul. Come, rest. Here again. Let your heart settle and let your spirit lean close to what heaven is still revealing, because God is not done speaking. And the angels are not finished showing you the truth. This relationship, this connection, it carries a weight beyond words, not a heavy burden, but a sacred significance. You may feel it in quiet moments, when everything else goes silent, but thoughts of this person remain. You may feel it in your prayers, when your lips don't say their name, but your heart offers them to God anyway. That is not obsession. That is intercession. A soul praying for another soul it's tied to. The truth is, when God writes someone into your life, it may not always begin in beauty. Sometimes it begins in brokenness, but even broken beginnings can lead to blessed endings when God is in the story. You may have met each other at a time of transition. You may have crossed paths during pain or while healing from past wounds, and yet something about this connection felt holy. Not perfect, but sacred. Because God does not only bring people to comfort you, He also brings those who will challenge your old patterns, expose what's unhealed, and make room for growth. It can feel uncomfortable. It can feel like confusion. But growth often does. You may have asked, is this really from God? If it is, why does it feel so uncertain at times? But remember, God doesn't always confirm things with ease. He confirms with alignment, with peace in the storm, with clarity over time, with fruit that lasts beyond emotion. He doesn't just give you a partner for your today. He gives you someone your future can walk with, build with, pray with, and glorify Him with. So if the connection challenged you, don't dismiss it. If it made you see yourself differently, don't run from it. Sometimes God uses love as a mirror, to show you where you still need healing, to teach you what you deserve, to help you let go of control and receive something deeper. Maybe they weren't what you expected. Maybe they didn't come in the package you were praying for. But what if they are the answer to a prayer you forgot you prayed? What if they reflect the kind of love your soul has always needed, not the kind your mind thought you wanted? The angels are speaking now, gently but clearly. This connection is part of something bigger. It is not here to distract you. It is here to direct you. So breathe and trust that if God started it, He will sustain it. And even if there is distance now, even if communication feels uncertain, if it is from God, He will breathe on it in the right time. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to force it. Love that is born in heaven does not need to be pushed. It needs to be trusted. And if you are unsure, lay it down in prayer. Let God confirm it, not with feelings alone, but with His presence. He will never lead you into confusion, but He may lead you into patience. He may lead you through waiting so that when the promise comes, you're ready to receive it in full. If this message is speaking to your heart, I gently invite you to stay close to this sacred space. Subscribe for more peaceful spiritual guidance, and share this message with someone who may be quietly carrying questions of their own. If you feel led, leave a comment, a prayer, a name, or a thought God has placed on your heart. And if this video has truly blessed you, you can support this peaceful ministry with a humble super thanks. Every small offering helps this light continue, reaching hearts around the world who need reminders like this one. You are not alone in this. You are not forgotten, and neither is the relationship that lingers in your spirit. Even now, the Holy Spirit is working in ways you cannot see, softening hearts, removing fear, healing old wounds, opening space for something holy to take root. So if it feels like delay, remember, God often hides his greatest gifts behind time. Because some love stories are too sacred to be rushed. And this is one of them. If the angels could show you what they see, you would weep. Because they see two souls being refined, shaped, drawn by a quiet thread of divine timing. And they see how your obedience, your surrender, your patience is not in vain. This love was never meant to be worldly. It was meant to be kingdom-aligned, spirit-led, God-centered, a relationship that makes you pray deeper, trust stronger, and love more like Jesus. This is not about being perfect for each other. It's about being purposeful together. If you both are drawing closer to God, then trust that He is drawing you closer to each other, even if it's not obvious yet. Even if you're in different places right now, the author of your story sees the full timeline, and he writes with redemption in mind. Let go of control, let go of fear. And instead, let faith rise. Let trust deepen. Let love grow in the soil of God's grace. If this message touches your soul today, remember to subscribe for more heartfelt guidance. Leave a comment so others may be encouraged by your journey. Share this video with someone searching for meaning in their own connection. And if your heart feels moved, you can bless this space with a super thanks. It's not required, only received with gratitude, as it helps keep these messages flowing to souls in need of peace. May God bless you. May He bless the one you love. And may He finish the good work He began in you and them. And in the sacred space between you, this relationship was not random. It was written. And heaven remembers every line. Welcome back, beloved soul. Let your heart be quiet again. Let your soul receive the final part of this gentle message. The angels are still near. God's presence still surrounds you. And the words you're about to hear are not meant to stir emotion alone, but to awaken truth inside you. This relationship was not formed by coincidence. It was written by a loving Father who knows the desires of your heart and the journey of your healing. May still have questions. You may still wonder what the future holds. But know this, just because something is unclear does not mean it is untrue. Some love stories require trust before clarity, faith before fulfillment, surrender before security, because they are not just about two people finding each other. They are about two souls being shaped to reflect God's love more deeply. This is why it may feel hard at times. This is why there may be distance, silence, or even tears. But the presence of struggle does not cancel the presence of purpose. And the presence of pain does not mean God has stepped away. Sometimes, the deepest relationships are forged in fire. Not to destroy, but to purify. To burn away selfishness, fear, and ego, so that what remains is holy, and lasting, and real. Beloved, your heart was made to love deeply. And that is not a weakness. It is a reflection of God's image in you. So, do not be ashamed for caring. Do not shrink back because others don't understand. You know what you feel. You know what God has whispered. And even if others doubt it, heaven does not. The angels have seen how many times you've prayed for them, how often you've surrendered them back to God, how faithfully you've waited without losing hope. That faith has not gone unseen. That patience has not been wasted. It is building something eternal. Because real love, the kind that's written in God's plan, doesn't just survive time. It grows stronger through it. You may feel like you're waiting alone, but in the unseen, God is working on both hearts. Not just yours, not just theirs. He is removing what must fall away. He is strengthening what must remain. And He is aligning your paths in ways only He can. You do not have to force the outcome. You do not have to manipulate the timing. If it is of God, it will come into alignment with peace, with grace, with gentle unfolding. So let go of anxiety. Let go of pressure. Let go of needing to figure it all out. And instead, rest, trust, Pray, and keep becoming the person God is shaping you to be. Because when love is truly divine, it doesn't just fit into your present, it prepares you for your future. If this relationship is part of your destiny, you cannot miss it. No matter the detours, no matter the silence, no matter the doubts along the way, God holds it. He holds both of you. And He will not let what He ordained be destroyed by what is temporary. So breathe again. Lift your head. Release every fear into God's hands. You are not chasing a fantasy. You are responding to a divine invitation. You are not waiting in vain. You are waiting with purpose. And that matters. If these words are washing over your heart with peace, please stay connected with this space of sacred guidance. Subscribe to receive more peaceful messages like this. Leave a comment if you feel led. Your reflections and prayer requests are welcome here. And share this message with someone who might be silently carrying the weight of a connection they can't explain. If this message has truly touched your spirit, you can support this work with a super thanks. Your offering helps keep the light burning so that these gentle reminders of God's truth reach even more souls. Now let us close with this blessing. May you be given eyes to see what God sees in this relationship. May you have ears to hear His voice above every fear. May your heart remain soft, even in the waiting. And may the love that God has written for you, whether already in your life or on its way, arrive in fullness, in peace, and in divine timing. Let no doubt undo what God has spoken. Let no past pain poison what God is redeeming. You are safe in His plan, and so is this love. Let it unfold. Let it rise. Let it return in God's way, at God's time, for God's glory. The angels are still singing over you. Heaven is still watching over both of you. And the story is still being written. This relationship is not just part of your life, it's part of your calling. And God will finish what He began. Peace to your heart. Rest for your soul. And hope for the journey ahead. You are deeply loved. You are being led, and this was always written. Welcome back, beloved soul. You've walked with grace and openness through each part of this journey. Let your heart receive one more sacred layer of truth, because when something is written by God, there's always more unfolding to be revealed. There's always a deeper tenderness waiting to be understood. This relationship you carry in your heart, it is not a distraction. It is not a mistake. It is not wishful thinking. It is something Heaven is shaping with great care. Even when it feels quiet, even when it feels uncertain. You may have had moments when you said, God, I surrender this, and then moments when your heart still reached for them. That's not weakness. That's your spirit holding on to what it knows is real, even before it can be seen. The angels are showing this now. Two lives being molded like clay in the potter's hands, each going through their own wilderness, their own healing, their own transformation. And yet, in the heart of God, those two lives are being aligned. Not by force, not by human effort, but by divine timing. There's a reason you couldn't move, unlike others told you to. There's a reason you kept feeling their name in your prayers. It's not that you idolized them. It's that your soul recognized them, even in silence. Even when you tried to forget, something sacred remained. That is what happens when God writes a name into your purpose. It doesn't vanish. It doesn't lose power in absence. It rests. It waits. It strengthens in the quiet. And if you've doubted yourself, if you've questioned whether you were just too emotional, hear this now with love. You are spiritually sensitive. And that is not a flaw. It is a gift, because some are chosen to perceive things before others can. Some are chosen to carry a piece of hope even when the light is dim. You are one of those chosen ones. This relationship is not for display. It is not for performance. It is for the kingdom. It is for healing. It is for two hearts who were wounded, learning to love again through God's grace. They may not see everything clearly right now, And maybe you don't either, but the Spirit does. And the Spirit is still working. God doesn't write love stories to tease your heart. He writes them to reflect His character, faithful, patient, redemptive, and true. So even if the two of you are walking separate roads today, trust this. God knows how to reroute paths. He knows how to restore connection without your striving. He knows how to make timing holy. Your only task now is to rest in Him, to become the person you were always meant to be, whether this relationship blooms tomorrow or returns in a season still to come. He is not asking you to fix the story. He is asking you to trust the author. So release the anxiety. Release the tight grip of control. Release the fear that you might miss it. What is of God cannot be stolen, and what is of God will always return stronger when surrendered into His hands. If this message is confirming something deep within you, please take a moment to stay close to this sacred space. Subscribe for more gentle, Spirit-led messages. Leave a comment if your heart needs prayer or if this spoke to you personally. And share this message with someone walking through quiet confusion or waiting. If you've been blessed by this word, you can offer a super thanks as a humble seed, not to give back to me, but to help this peaceful work continue flowing to souls around the world. Every gesture helps us speak light into the silence others carry. Now, breathe once more. Settle into the truth. God did not bring this connection into your awareness for no reason. Maybe you were the first to feel it. Maybe you are the one called to pray, to grow, to wait with expectancy, not despair. But know this, heaven sees. God understands. And the angels are ministering even now to both hearts. They are softening what was once hardened. They are aligning what once felt impossible. And they are preparing something beautiful, quietly, faithfully, divinely. Let this final truth wash over you. The kind of love God writes is not temporary. It is not dramatic. It is not shallow. It is deep, holy, refining, and covered in His fingerprints. You are not waiting for something ordinary. You are being prepared for something eternal. So be patient. Stay faithful. Continue becoming. And trust that the love written in God's plan for you will always find its way home. You are deeply seen. You are divinely held. And the relationship your soul holds onto is not forgotten in heaven's script. Peace be with you. Stay encouraged. And stay in the light of God's promise, because your story is still unfolding. And heaven knows the ending. Peace to your heart, beloved one. You've come this far on the path, and heaven rejoices every time you lean closer to God's truth. So breathe again. Let your shoulders drop. Let your spirit rise, because what's ahead is just as important as what's already been revealed. There's more light for you, more peace, more clarity from above. The angels are still speaking, and they're saying softly, God is not finished with this relationship. Maybe you've cried quietly, wrestled with questions, waited without answers. Maybe there were moments you thought, did I hear wrong? Was this just in my head? Why does my soul still feel connected? But those tears you've cried, they were heard. Those prayers you whispered, they are kept in bottles before God. This is not a forgotten love. This is a love that is being remembered and rewritten by heaven's hand. It is not delayed to punish you. It is being perfected. It is being refined so that when it comes together, it will carry strength, not just sweetness. And this is why it's taking time. Because God wants more for you than just affection. He wants a union that reflects His image. He wants laughter wrapped in reverence, tenderness clothed in truth, connection rooted in calling. He is building something beautiful, and He is asking you not to lose faith just because you cannot yet see the full design. What is unfolding is spiritual, and spiritual things often come with spiritual warfare, spiritual delays, spiritual stretching. But you were chosen to carry this. You were chosen to believe, not just with emotion, but with unwavering trust. God has a reason for revealing this relationship to you before its fullness arrived. Sometimes one heart awakens first. Sometimes one soul sees what the other hasn't yet understood. But both hearts are under His care. Both are being guided. Both are being covered. If this person has been distant, know this: distance is not always disconnect. Sometimes it is development. Sometimes it is protection. Sometimes it is God pulling both of you into deeper healing before drawing you into deeper union. And if you're wondering why your soul keeps holding on, the answer is simple: because it was never just a feeling. It was a knowing, a spiritual impression, a message your heart received from God Himself. So now, more than ever, you are being called to walk by faith and not by sight. And that faith? It is a seed, planted in tears but destined to bloom in beauty. If your heart is still open, still tender, still believing, you are exactly where you need to be. Let the Spirit continue to guide your thoughts, your emotions, your expectations. Let God reframe the waiting. Let Him teach you that patience is not punishment. It is preparation for sacred love. And while you wait, don't just long for them. Pray for them. Bless them. Release them to God again and again. Because your role right now isn't to fix, it's to trust. To stay close to God. To grow so deeply in Him that when the time comes, your love will be unshakable. If this message is echoing in your soul, I invite you to stay connected here. Subscribe for more messages like this, rooted in peace and spiritual clarity. Share your heart in the comments. Let others walk with you through this sacred process. And if this message has blessed you, consider leaving a super thanks to support this peaceful work. Every act of support helps us continue creating these gentle reminders for souls around the world who are waiting on God just like you. We are in this together. You are not alone. Even now, the angels are standing watch. Even now, God is gently aligning what seemed impossible. Trust that if God wrote this relationship into your purpose, He will not allow it to fall apart without redemption. He will either restore it in full or transform it into something that carries the same divine blessing in a way you never imagined. Either way, you win, because you walk with Him, and those who walk with God never miss what was truly meant for them. So lift your heart, lay down your fear, and let this truth cover you like a soft blanket tonight. You are being led, you are being prepared, and the love you've held in prayer is being held in heaven. This is not the end, it is the refining. It is the unfolding. It is the promise, still on its way. Let peace return to your thoughts. Let grace fill your waiting. And let love, real love, God-ordained love, lead the way. You are seen. You are safe. And this story is still sacred. Rest in that. And when you're ready, we'll continue walking together. Welcome, dearest soul. You've made it to the final part of this message, but the truth is, God's presence with you is never finished. This may be the end of the video, but it is not the end of the journey. It is only the beginning of a deeper trust, a more rooted faith, and a more surrendered love. Let your heart be still. Let every restless thought melt into peace. You are safe here. You are held here. And you are being led forward by the one who never forgets His promises, this relationship you're holding in your spirit, the one that doesn't leave your prayers, the one that's been tested by time, the one that feels like it holds a piece of your purpose. It is not over, even if it looks like silence, even if they walked away, even if it feels like nothing is changing on the surface. Heaven doesn't measure progress the way we do. God is still working in the invisible, still moving in quiet places, still holding both of your hearts in His hands. Because when God writes something into your life, He also watches over it. Not casually, but intimately. He watches with mercy. He tends to it with patience. And He allows it to grow at the speed of grace. You may not understand all the delays. You may not have seen the full purpose yet. But God does not waste longing. He does not waste tears. And He certainly does not waste love that is rooted in Him. If your soul has been whispering, "Lord, I trust you, but I don't understand," you're not alone. That prayer is heard. And heaven is answering, not with explanations, but with presence, with peace, with a quiet assurance that this isn't over. Not because of who they are, not because of what you did, but because of who God is. He is faithful. He is intentional. He is writing a story that has purpose in every pause. A story where nothing is wasted, where even heartbreak becomes holy ground. Let this land gently in your soul. Some relationships are written for more than companionship. They are written to reflect the glory of God, to teach forgiveness, to birth restoration, to become living testimonies of divine love. This may be one of those. A relationship that doesn't just feel spiritual, but is. That doesn't just bring comfort, but brings calling. That doesn't just fill a space in your heart, but stretches your heart to carry heaven's love. You don't need to understand it all today. You just need to stay open to what God wants to do through it. Release the burden of trying to fix it. Release the fear of missing it. Release the guilt of not being perfect in the process. God doesn't need you to be perfect. He needs you to be present. Present with Him. Present with your faith. Present with your soul, and He will handle the rest. If this journey has blessed you, if these words have met you in your hidden places, I lovingly invite you to continue walking with us. Subscribe for more gentle Spirit-led teachings. Leave a comment below. Share your heart, your hopes, your prayers. Let this be a space of healing and spiritual connection. And if this series has deeply touched you, you can support this peaceful ministry with a super thanks. It is not expected, only received with a heart full of gratitude, as every seed helps bring light to other weary souls across the world. Your kindness sustains this sacred work, and your faith makes room for others to believe again. Now, beloved one, return once more to this truth. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. You are not abandoned. You are being gently prepared. You are being gracefully matured. You are being held in God's perfect plan. A plan that includes love. A plan that includes purpose. A plan that includes a relationship so beautifully aligned. You'll one day look back and say, this was worth the wait. This relationship was written in God's plan, not to break you, but to build you. Not to distract you, but to develop you. Not to take His place, but to reflect His love. The angels are rejoicing over your faithfulness. They see your quiet strength. They honor the way you've kept praying, even when you couldn't see the outcome. Heaven is not indifferent. Heaven is involved. And you, dear soul, you are still being guided step by step. So rest now. Let peace return to your mind. Let hope rise again in your spirit. Because the love that was written in God's hand is never erased. It is only fulfilled. In His timing, by His grace, for His glory. Let the story unfold. Let the healing continue. Let your heart stay open to love that is holy. You are seen, you are loved, and you are being prepared for something beautifully divine. This is not the end. It's only the beginning of a love story that heaven never stopped writing. Amen.